My story tonight is called Do Not Harm the Tame Fox. And I'm going to start with a very quick reading of some notes that I made on, let's see, this would be August 17th of 2013, whilst on the Appalachian Trail. Day 95, Wilson Valley to campsite outside of Monson. Do not harm the tame fox. Miles 16, southbound 119 and a half. Total miles 1,177. Weather, cold and clear in the morning and evening, mostly sunny and warm throughout the afternoon, 70s. People, Benji, El Gato, Jersey Girl, Scary White Woman, Iron Man, through hikers, section hikers, day hikers, woman in Amish dresses, Opera Hitchman, E.T., Fatty, Patches, Crush, Molly and Pierogi, they're Australian, Purple Rain, Warbler and Gator. High, a shelter all to ourselves, cookie butter and coffee, an early start fording our final river of the wilderness, flying down the trail past a foursome early on. We finished at 1:30 p.m. They finished at 6:30 p.m. Some cool cliff walks, beautiful weather, tuna tacos for lunch. The final 3 miles out of the 100-mile wilderness. A quick hitch into Monson. And this is the most important note. I literally highlighted. A badass meal. Nachos, fries, pizza, and beer. Little context. In 2012, I underwent a process of eliminating habits and trying to better myself. I started to meditate, I started to do yoga, and on top of that, I decided to rid myself of toxins. So I stopped drinking caffeine, and I started to eat a vegetarian diet. In fact, I would even go days without eating. I fasted days at a time, trying to rid myself of all the nasty toxins.
Yeah, you were trying to rid yourself of what?
What was I trying to rid myself of?
Mucus.
Yes, it was the mucusless diet, and I succeeded for at least a little while. Well, fast forward a year later, I'm still a vegetarian. My parents still don't get it. Every single time I come over for dinner, they ask if I can eat meat now. No, it didn't change. Why would it change? No, yes, this one day I'm allowed to eat meat. So we're going on the Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail is going to kick our butts. It's going to be a calorie drainer. So we're going to have to eat as much food as possible. Yes, this is beautiful. But there is one problem. I do need to make sure that I'm getting enough protein. Well, we have quinoa, we have couscous. And it happened early on the trail where I decided, I guess I could bend the rules a little bit. I could be a pescatarian, right? Just a little fish. That's not so bad. So I started eating fish. And let me tell you, you take one of those Knorr packages, you know the one I'm talking about, the macaroni and broccoli. You put a little water in there, some tuna, bam! That makes a fine meal on the Appalachian Trail. So I still thought my vegetarianism or my pescatarianism was going really well. We had hiked almost 1,000 miles, and even though I had been tempted, I had never eaten any meat other than fish. Then we got off the trail because we did something called flip-flopping, which means you hike north from Georgia to wherever. We hiked to Pennsylvania, and then you flip-flop up to the highest north point, which is Katahdin in Maine, and you hike back down. And while we were flip-flopping, we went to Philadelphia. Step 1 in Philadelphia, go to Trader Joe's and buy as much cookie butter as we possibly could consume. Step 2, mail home all cookie butter we did not consume because those bottles, those glass jars are heavy. Step 3, go to the finest Philly cheesesteak establishment so that Benjamin can enjoy himself a Philly cheesesteak. Because he wasn't a vegetarian. Are you kidding me? Did you hear him at the beginning? Food, I love food. No way. So we did. We found a beautiful place. I mean, actually, it was pretty dirty, but it was still smelled beautiful. And Benjamin, he went inside. He got himself a Philly cheesesteak and enjoyed it. It only took him, what, like 90 minutes of waiting? No.
It's a long time.
Well, I tell you what, that whole 90 minutes, I was sitting out there guarding our packs and just smelling that meat. And it had to be the first time in at least a year that I was like, ooh, I could go for a Philly cheesesteak. But alas, by the time I had that realization, Benjamin was out and he said, you know what, I got a special treat. What special treat do you want, Kyle? And I said, French fries? There was a French fry place, and they literally served me a bucket, a popcorn bucket size of French fries. And they were delicious. A little vinegar, a little salt, but it wasn't a Philly cheesesteak. Well, a few weeks later, we went from Katahdin, the northern terminus of the trail, to the 100-mile wilderness. This is anywhere between 5 to 8 days where you will not pass a town. You do not get to go resupply and buy new food. There's no restaurants. You're eating what you packed, which means we ate tuna and quinoa and peanut butter and whatever else for 8 straight days. So we finally get out, and we're going into this town, Munson, and we know the first thing we're doing when we get into town is going to a restaurant. Oh yeah, we're gonna eat good, and we found the perfect place. It had a shower and a bunk room above, so that was the first thing we did, because we don't want to smell too bad in the restaurant. So we showered up, made ourselves smell decent. You know, I mean, you're hikers, you still have a stench about you. And then we made our way down in our finest hiking clothes to the establishment, sat down. The place was packed kind of like this. People were ordering food all over. You could see it on the tables. And we're looking over the menu. And Benjamin puts his hands on the fries and he says, ooh, these look good. Cheesy bacon fries. And then he looks up to me and he goes, oh, but you're a vegetarian. Well, I guess we could get the bacon on the side. I literally snapped my head up at him, growled, and said, no, we will order those fries, and I will eat all the bacon. So we ordered the fries, and I ate all the bacon. And there was really no turning back from there. I really think, though, my year of purging helped me listen to my body. And on the trail, my body was saying it's okay to eat meat. It's not okay for everybody. Some people want to be vegetarians, but I realized that wasn't for me. Didn't stop people from asking after we returned, oh, are you vegetarians? Even to this day, we get asked, oh, are you vegetarians? Can I serve meat? And we always tell them now, of course, just make sure there's bacon.